Is this the right time now for a Boots Ennis fight?
I think you're right. I think your assertion that Boots Ennis can consider himself top of the mountain is a fair one, because he's now a two-weight world champion and he holds two belts. We agreed to the Boots Ennis fight a year ago and it didn't come to fruition. Then Josh took Murtazaliev. Nobody thought he was going to win it. And then we took the highest ranked IBF contender in Kevin Ajarko, and Josh wants to unify.
As anticipation continues to build around a potential Josh Kelly versus Jaron Boots Ennis showdown, trainer Adam Booth has revealed the game plan he believes could give Kelly the tools needed to pull off a major upset.
Josh has always got excited about taking the fights that people think are a step too far, and this is no different. Wanting this fight goes hand in hand with Josh Kelly's attitude towards his own career, to prove just how good he is. And there is no one in the division that's a better challenge to do that than Boots Ennis, who is the most accomplished and proven champion in the division. Josh doesn't want touches, and I'm not in this sport to work with fighters that want the easy touches. I'm proud of him. I'm proud of how he's gone about his career, how he's overcome the hurdles, and now I look forward to that fight being made and Josh proving just how good he is. And I expect fully everyone not to give Josh a chance in this fight. But I also know that Boots and his dad are real ones. They know the sport and they know boxing. And as from what I was told, Boots' dad predicted Josh to beat Murtazaliev. So they all fully understand that Josh has skill sets that pose a problem. And that's really what matters, is the challenge that's in front of us with Boots and how he goes about the job, and Josh and how he does it.
Building on that assessment, Tim Bradley believes Josh Kelly could present Jaron Boots Ennis with a tougher challenge than Virgil Ortiz. He points to Kelly's speed, sharp reflexes, punching power, and constant movement, which could force Boots to chase him around the ring and make the fight much harder to control.
Kelly's a little bit more difficult fight, believe it or not, than Virgil Ortiz. Styles make fights. Josh Kelly don't look like much, but he's quick. He got good reflexes. He got some pop on his shots. He's very deceiving. And he got legs. And he gonna move around all night, and Boots gonna have to chase. He gonna have to chase. And he gonna have to chase. And you know, Boots don't really like to chase. You can hear it when they talking. Well, if he's standing right there in front of me, it's gonna be night. You know, it's not gonna be a short night. They like guys that stand in front of them.
Still, Bradley believes Jaron Boots Ennis will eventually figure out how to neutralize Josh Kelly's movement. He expects Boots to cut off the ring, remain on the front foot, and unleash combinations to break through Kelly's elusive defense. Bradley believes that sustained pressure will eventually force an opening for a major shot, although he expects Ennis to take more time than usual to find it.
I think Boots will eventually catch up with him, cut him off, hurt him with a big shot, because, you know, Josh Kelly isn't the most, his defense, even though he's very elusive, Boots throwing combinations, something eventually gonna crack that defense. You know, especially when guys that they just like to use the head movement and be, you know, elusive and agile. You can let those punches fly, man, and something eventually is gonna get in there on the guy. And as long as Boots is pressing forward, cutting off the ring, right, prepare himself for boxers, he should have no problem beating Josh Kelly. However, like I said, it's gonna be a little bit more time for him to be able to get to him, judging by, you know, what I know about Boots Ennis.
That patience is also emphasized by Greg Hackett, who points to Josh Kelly's hand speed, footwork, and constant movement as key weapons. He believes Boots should avoid rushing forward, instead cutting off Kelly's escape routes and investing in body attacks to slow him down and create openings.
Yeah, he presents this. We know that he has hand speed. We know that he got quick feet, and you know he going to try to make the fight tough for you. He's not the biggest puncher, but he can hit a little bit. And you know, with a guy like Josh Kelly, you just got to be patient. You can't be eager to get to him, because you know he going to make sure he do whatever to get up out of there, like he did with Bachler. Gave Bachler some trouble, but Boots isn't Bachler, so you know it's going to be a different type of fight. But yeah, those are the things you got to watch out for. You can't just go in there and think you're going to just punch a man in his head and he ain't going to do nothing about it. No, Josh Kelly is going to be quick on his feet, and especially fighting Boots, that's going to probably be the quickest we ever seen him. He's going to be quick on his feet, hands going to be fast, he gonna be trying to get in and get out. You know what I mean? So you gotta be good and patient, be ready to go to that box.
Beyond the matchup itself, Paulie Malignaggi views this fight as a major opportunity for Josh Kelly to rejuvenate his career and put himself back in position to challenge for another world title. Although Kelly hasn't always lived up to the expectations surrounding him, Malignaggi believes his talent can still emerge when the spotlight is brightest. He also points to Jaron Boots Ennis' consistency, making this potential clash a significant test for both fighters.
It's a chance to grab another world title for Ennis. One in unification. And listen, Kelly, for all the not having lived up to the expectation that he's done, listen, if Kelly can be as special as he was predicted to be for one night, listen, you never know what happens in that fight. Obviously, Ennis has been special every single time he's out there in fights. There's no inconsistency to Ennis, unlike Kelly. But Kelly at his best, there was a reason why there was a lot of expectation heaped on Kelly that he never lived up to. So you always wonder if that Josh Kelly can show up, and then you have a real good fight between Ennis and Kelly, you know. But I think regardless, that's the fight that you're gonna be looking to make is Jaron Ennis and Josh Kelly. I think that's the easiest one to make because, again, like I said, it's a world title unification.
Meanwhile, Boots Ennis appears to have a different path in mind for his son. Rather than pursuing a matchup with Josh Kelly, he seems to favor Jaron Boots Ennis facing Sebastian Fundora, making the towering champion a more attractive opponent for this stage of Boots' career.
Listen, the Boots was next. Boots already sound on Fundora. I think Fundora is one of the best fighters in that division, and Boots sound Fundora. So Fundora said he's going to fight Boots. So it'll probably be in December. Probably be. I'm just throwing it off because Fundora going to fight now.
That interest in Sebastian Fundora is also shared by Roy Jones Jr., who views the matchup as a major opportunity for Jaron Boots Ennis. He believes Boots needs to step up and pursue bigger challenges, while Fundora's previous stoppage defeat and Ennis' punching power could provide a clear path to victory.
Boots, you think Boots should go and try to make the Fundora fight?
He has to. Where else he gonna go? He been in this game 10 years, Andre. He gotta make every move he can make right now. He ain't got to, he can't wait forever. You know, we saw what happened with Boo Boo. Boo Boo kept waiting and look what happened with Boo Boo. He waited too long. You understand me? So you can't keep waiting like that. He gotta go. Go take these opportunities now while they're available. Guess what? Fundora has been KO'd and you have KO power. So that's not a fight you can't win. There's another huge payday.
Moment.
You understand where I'm coming from? So you gotta look at it from that side too, but that's not ducking. That's just taking fights the smart way. Taking the smarter fighter first. You understand me?
Adding to the discussion, Greg Hackett also views a potential clash with Sebastian Fundora as one of the biggest fights available at 154 pounds. Although Fundora has another challenge to handle first, Hackett believes the eventual showdown could give Jaron Boots Ennis the perfect opportunity to prove that he is the superior fighter.
I feel like it's the biggest fight at 54. Of course, it's not next because Fundora got a fight coming, don't he? He got a fight that's mandatory, something like that. Then it's Fundora. He'll find out. I think Fundora is a good fighter, but I think he fully well. He talk like nobody never went upside his head, like he never been put down, like he never been put out. You know what I'm saying? He is who he is, and he is dangerous, and that is the best fight at 54, but he'll find out. He'll find out.
However, Tim Bradley emphasizes what makes Sebastian Fundora such a difficult target to reach. He points to the champion's unusual dimensions and ability to operate effectively from long range, making it extremely difficult for opponents to close the distance. With Fundora capable of controlling the range and keeping fighters at the end of his punches, Bradley believes finding the right position to attack would be one of Jaron Boots Ennis' biggest challenges.
And it's Sebastian Fundora. You guys know who he is. He's a southpaw too, right? He has range, he has volume, he has punching power as well, okay? He knows how to keep his distance. He's difficult. I know he's been knocked out before. I know that. But you got to go through a dang rain of fire to be able to get close to this guy if he don't want you to get close.
Even with those challenges, Bradley believes Jaron Boots Ennis has enough versatility to neutralize Sebastian Fundora's physical advantages. He points to Boots' speed, fluid footwork, combination punching, and body attacks as weapons that could disrupt Fundora's rhythm, create openings from different angles, and help Ennis close the distance and establish himself on the inside.
And Boots has the style that I believe that can give him fits because of his elusiveness. And Boots is quick on the trigger. He's not as long as this guy, but he got about 74. This other, Fundora has about 80. inch reach, but he has a quick first step. He throws combinations. He is a risk taker. He's a hell of a body puncher. He has a large toolbox, I think, that can give a guy like Fundora issues. Okay, that's why you see Fundora wanting to fight, because he don't have to fight his mandatory.
On the other hand, Brian Norman Sr. offers a far more critical assessment of Sebastian Fundora's resume. He questions whether the champion has been tested against opponents operating at the same level as Jaron Boots Ennis and argues that the depth of competition simply doesn't compare. In Norman's view, Fundora has followed a more favorable path instead of consistently pursuing the toughest challenges available in the division.
Right now, because of the test and weathered and the experience, right now, Fundora. No, it's a good matchup. It's a very intriguing matchup so far. He hasn't been through what these people been through. So to me, he's looking for the perfect flat-footed fighter, or the perfect fighter that's gonna make him look wonderful, make him look great, and that's all he's looking to do. He's not gonna fight a Fundora.
Meanwhile, Gary Russell Jr. gives Jaron Boots Ennis the overall advantage, pointing to his combination of athleticism, ring IQ, and punching power as the traits that could eventually break down Sebastian Fundora. While Russell acknowledges the champion's significant development, he believes Ennis brings more layers and dimensions to the matchup. Russell also remains unsure whether Fundora has ever faced a challenge quite as demanding as the one Boots could present.
Who wants to take that fight? Now look, it's two sides to that contract. I gotta send it, and they gotta get accepted. So who knows? If he send it and Fundora accept it, then yeah, Boots he gonna have to work him. Now I feel like he got the puncher power, and he's creative with his hands enough to put some combinations together to break this guy down. But Fundora, like, they both young. Him, Boots, and Fundora, they're around kind of like the same age. They both young. You know, they both learning. Fundora, he's learning how to box better. Knowing Boots, I'm pretty sure he's going to stay away from Boots. Boots is more craftier than any of the opponents that he ever had.
At the same time, Russell warns that Jaron Boots Ennis will need more than natural talent to deal with Sebastian Fundora's physical advantages. The champion's enormous frame could make it difficult for Boots to comfortably operate from long range, forcing him to close the gap and work on the inside. Russell expects Ennis to use his movement, defensive instincts, and intelligent pressure to create openings while finding ways to neutralize Fundora's size.
He really has to go chase his man down. It's always like they either the same height, the styles make it where as though they just like in the center pocket, middle of the ring, and they just going like skill for skill. You know what I mean? With this 7'8" tall guy, he like 7'8". He's not about to stand there. He might. You know, but Boots is really going to have to show a different side of his ability. He's going to have to walk forward. He's going to have to move his head a lot more, not just be defensive discipline, but he's going to have to work in between. He's going to have to be defensive and offensively equally as good. You know what I mean? He's going to have to work it together simultaneously.
That physical challenge is another factor Eddie Hearn focuses heavily on. He views Sebastian Fundora as an unusually complicated opponent because of his towering frame, massive reach, and awkward fighting style. Still, Hearn believes Jaron Boots Ennis has the composure and technical intelligence to solve those problems as they emerge. In his view, Boots' ability to make adjustments on the fly could ultimately be the key to neutralizing Fundora's unconventional approach.
Be good enough to adapt to everything, and that's the problem. A lot of these guys, no disrespect to Keith Thurman, but he's been done for a while. Yeah. But Tim Zhu, these kind of guys, they're all great fighters, but they just can't adapt to styles. Josh has got an unbelievable IQ. Boots has probably got the best IQ in the game, I think. They can adapt in those kind of fights, and that's what you need to do, because Fundora is a massive problem. Yeah. Because how do you prepare for it? I mean, so until you get in there, start getting hit by these fucking arms coming from anywhere. Yeah. But
turning the attention toward Ennis, Eddie Hearn emphasized just how difficult it is to figure out his style. Boots can operate comfortably from the outside, yet he's equally capable of stepping into the pocket and exchanging punches when the situation demands it. Hearn believes the versatility, along with Ennis's ability to seamlessly switch between different approaches, gives him a major advantage and makes it extremely difficult for opponents to find a consistent way to disrupt his rhythm.
Yeah, but what do you get what I'm saying?
I do.
But Boots will sit in the pocket, he will fight you, he will attack you, he can box off the back foot, but he actually likes to come and fight.
Beyond the stylistic differences and physical advantages, Brian McIntyre also points to how both fighters have responded when their careers faced serious adversity. He credits Sebastian Fundora for bouncing back from the first loss of his career and rebuilding his standing near the top of the division, while noting that Jaron "Boots" Ennis has continued overcoming difficult challenges throughout his rise. McIntyre believes the sheer resilience would add another compelling layer to a potential showdown and make it a major event for boxing.
Look at Fundora with the range and the height he got. Even though he'd been beat before, since then he's just been cleaning them up. And so we all waiting to see, when those 2 or 3, like the 4 kings, when they tangle. So we, as boxing fans, we just sit back and wait.
Is it kind of nice to not be part of that, the politics? You could be a fan.
I love it.
You don't have to deal with the nonsense, right?
I love it, man. I love it. I love the part that, like you said, just sit back and watch them, see how it all play out. And so, Boots, he got over that hurdle, a big hurdle.
Taking the physical aspects of the matchup into consideration, Paulie Malignaggi views Sebastian Fundora as a nightmare opponent because of the unique dimensions he brings into the ring. His height, reach, and natural strength create problems that very few fighters can adequately prepare for, making a potential showdown with Jaron "Boots" Ennis especially fascinating. Malignaggi also highlights Fundora's development, pointing out that the champion has refined his technique, strengthened his defense, and become more composed without sacrificing the physical toughness that makes him such a dangerous fighter.
Ennis and Fundora. Listen, Fundora's an awkward fight for anybody because of the height and the power that he's got at that weight. But
however, Stephen Edwards took the analysis even further, suggesting that Jaron "Boots" Ennis could potentially score a stoppage before the fight has a chance to fully develop. He believes Sebastian Fundora's towering height could actually become a weakness, particularly when paired with limited head movement, giving a sharp and accurate puncher like Boots clear targets to attack. While Edwards acknowledges Fundora's improved jab and greater control of distance, he still sees openings that Ennis could exploit.
I think Boots, people are not going to like this, right? I think Boots could get Fundora out there early. Because I think that stylistically, Fundora is too big of a target. And you give a sharpshooter like that a big target, he's going to be able to hit him anywhere. He's not going to be able to miss him. Boots throws real good looping shots. Fundora's using his jab more and he's using the distance more, but he still can't move his head. Nobody 6'6" can move their head. That was the thing about Xander.
Taking the matchup analysis even further, Chris Algieri views Sebastian Fundora as an especially difficult puzzle, largely because of his unusual physical dimensions and the improvements he's made in recent performances. Algieri points to Fundora's more disciplined approach, sharper jab, and improved defensive work as evidence of his growth. At the same time, he considers Jaron "Boots" Ennis an elite talent capable of defeating virtually anyone when he's performing at his best, making this potential clash even more intriguing.
Fundora is such a difficult puzzle. He's so long and he's getting better. He's improving. He's learning how to use his size. He's using his jab. He's being more disciplined. He's not taking risks like he used to. Talk about a guy who used to allow people to hit him and then has figured out that you shouldn't do that at the highest level in that Brian Mendoza fight. But since then, he's been very, very good. So, I can understand why people would see him as the final guy because, again, that with those physical advantages and the way that he's getting better, very, very difficult. With the level of talent he has, he can beat anybody on any given night. It's a really interesting time.
The excitement surrounding Jaron "Boots" Ennis and Josh Kelly continues to build, and with Adam Booth revealing a strategy, the pressure surrounding this matchup has reached another level. Kelly has the speed, movement, and athleticism to create problems, but Boots possesses the power and technical ability to turn one mistake into a fight-ending moment. When these two finally meet, can Kelly shock the boxing world with an upset? Or will Ennis remind everyone why he's considered one of the sport's most dangerous stars? Drop your prediction in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more boxing updates.